We track just about everything these days, right? Our fitness, our finances, even our screen time. But what about the most important organ we have? Well, today we're going to do exactly that. A quick but really powerful monthly health check for your brain. So, what are we looking for? Well, we're going to zero in on 5 very specific, tangible signs that can tell you if your brain has actually gotten stronger over the last month or so. I want you to think of this as your own personal progress report. So as we go through each of these signs, just ask yourself, hey, have I felt this change lately? This is your chance to really, truly check in with yourself. And let's get one thing straight, right from the get-go. This has absolutely nothing to do with your IQ score or how many books you've read. Nope. This is all about the practical, day-to-day experience of your mind. It's about how your brain feels to you and how well it functions when you actually need it to. All right, first up, we're diving into cognitive strength. This is all about the raw processing power of your mind, and we've got 2 key signs to look for right here. Okay, sign number 1 is a huge one, especially in this age of distraction we live in. You've developed what you could call focus endurance. So, have you noticed that you can stick with a task for longer without that constant nagging little urge to check your phone or just switch to something else? And wow, the difference is night and day. A distracted brain kind of feels like you're wading through thick mud. Everything's foggy, you get frustrated easily. But a focused brain, that's like cruising down a wide-open highway. You experience this incredible sense of clarity and real mental endurance. And all that focus, it actually ties directly into our second sign of cognitive strength, having a faster recall. Think of this as how speedy and efficient your brain's internal filing system is. So just think about it for a second. That actor's name that was on the tip of your tongue, or that brilliant idea from yesterday's meeting, have you found those things are just popping into your head faster these days? Because that's a really powerful signal that the connections in your brain, your neural pathways, are getting stronger and way more efficient. Okay, next up we're going to shift gears a little bit, moving from the cognitive side of things to the emotional. Because let's be real, a strong brain isn't just a fast brain, it's also a resilient and balanced one. And this is sign number 3, and honestly, it is a total game changer. It's not about never feeling stressed or frustrated. I mean, that's just impossible. It's all about how quickly you bounce back. Do you find yourself stewing over a negative comment for hours, or are you able to just acknowledge it, process it, and move on a bit faster? That shorter recovery time, that is a superpower. And when you can regulate your emotions like that, it has this incredible knock-on effect, which brings us right to sign number 4. You just start making better decisions. This is all about feeling more confident and clear-headed when you're standing at a crossroads. And it kind of looks like this. You find yourself hesitating less often because you're starting to really trust your own judgment more. And the beautiful results of that, you spend way less time looking in the rearview mirror, second-guessing everything. You make a decision and you move forward. All right, on to our 5th and final sign. This is one that I like to call the spark. And it's all about your brain's active, hungry engagement with the world around you. See, here's the thing about a healthy, strong brain. It gets hungry. It wants to learn new things. So a huge sign of progress is when you notice that your natural curiosity is making a comeback. That's your brain's reward system kicking back into gear, telling you that, hey, learning feels good again. And it tends to show up in a few key ways. You're not just passively taking in information anymore, you're actually asking better, deeper questions. The act of learning itself becomes a joy instead of feeling like a chore. You find yourself actively wanting to understand things, whether that's a new recipe, some random historical event, or just how something works. Okay, we've officially covered all 5 signs. Now for what might be the most important part, making this personal to you. It is time to tally up your score and come up with a simple plan for next month. So just take a second here. Be really honest with yourself. Of those 5 signs, the focus endurance, the faster recall, that quicker recovery, the better decisions, and that renewed curiosity, how many of them truly resonated with you for this past month? Was it 1? 3? Maybe all 5? You can actually use the visual on the screen right now to kind of mentally fill in the bars for your score. And please, remember, any score, even if it's a 0 or a 1, is a fantastic starting point. It's not a grade, it's a baseline. It is valuable data that you can now build on. Because look, no matter what your score is today, the real question is, what are you going to do with that information? So let's talk about how you can nudge that number up just a little bit for your next check-in. And I promise it's way simpler than you might think. You don't need some total life overhaul. It really just comes down to 3 little micro actions. Prioritize quality sleep. That's when your brain does all its repair work. Move your body every day. Even a short walk works wonders. And train your brain with small exercises. We're talking minutes here, not hours. So just remember, this score is your personal guide. It's a tool to help you stay mindful of your brain's health. And hey, we'd love for you to share your score in the comments. It's a really great way to hold yourself accountable and see how you progress over time. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Forget about next month for just a second. What is the one small, simple step you are going to commit to taking this week to help boost your score for the next check-in? Decide on it right now and let that be your focus.